Good morning, Methodist Dave here, professional theologian and Bible teacher with our daily devotional for Wednesday, April 1st, 2026. It is April Fool's Day. And what is April Fool's? Well, years ago, April 1st was considered the New Year. That's right, April 1st was New Year's Day. But the powers that be ordained that January 1st was going to be the new New Year's Day. So everybody began celebrating the new year on January 1st. But there were still few people who wanted to celebrate the new year on April 1st. Everyone else had moved on, but these sluggards, these April Fools, held on to the old ways. So that's why we have April Fool's Day. And every year something happens around my house. And let me try to show you. If you can see here, my yard is filled with pictures of deer. This year I have squirrels in the tree. And this all dates back 40 years ago when my kids were little. I would come to them on New Year's Day and I says, where we lived was near the woods. So I'd say, kids, there's a deer in the yard. And they would run to the window to see the deer in the yard. And they'd look and see, where? And I'd say, April Fools. Well, later on, many years later, they say, Dad, there's a deer in the yard. So I went out and looked and saw, and there's all these deer out in the yard. So they do this to me every year. The squirrels are new. The squirrels in the tree, that's a new thing. But I love it. It's funny. They take their time to come all the way out here and do this for me. So it's fun. It's a great memory. And when I'm gone, they'll talk about this. We are at chapter 1, verses 8 and 9. Listen, my child, to the instructions of your father, and do not forsake the teachings of your mother. They will be an elegant garland on your head and like pendants around your neck. The main goal of a parent is to prepare your child for life on their own. Not to hang on to them, not to try to keep them as long as possible, but to prepare them to go out into the world. The little bird has to leave the nest sometime. And we will give them advice and guidance and teachings to help them on their way. Well, our kids don't always want to listen to what we have to say. My daughter was fond of saying, I want to learn by my own mistakes. And I would tell her, I says, learning by your own mistakes is useful, but far better to learn from somebody else's mistakes, okay? Why should you have to go through it too? If you can see something doesn't work, don't do that. If you can see something is bad, don't do that. And your parents are there to help you out and guide you on that way. While I was learning to drive, my father taught me this trick. He says, aim way down the road, like a triangle that's very tall. The sides are very sloped at a very gentle angle. And if you go one way or the other on that angle, it's a very gentle motion. But if you try to keep, and I remember my classmates were trying to keep the car between the lines on either side of the car, and they're constantly weaving back and forth. If you try to move on a short-sided triangle, then any change you make is drastic. So that I learned how to drive smoothly and with minimal effort, just like the wheel not even moving, and the car just glides down the highway. That's something my father taught me, and I try to teach to my kids. Other things that we try to teach to our children. But whether they listen or not, well, that's going to help them out, or it's going to hurt them. Like a pendant around your neck or a garland upon your head. If you pay attention to what your parents are teaching you, whatever you're going through, they've been there before, they've seen it, they've done it. Listen to their advice. If you've got a question about this or any other subject, drop me an email, methodistdave@gmail.com. Until tomorrow, Happy April Fools. Have a lovely day and be good to one another.